Ginger has long been a fascinating ingredient, enchanting people across various cultures and throughout history. This remarkable root has journeyed from the lush forests of Asia to the grand tables of European royalty, playing a vital role in traditional medicine and mystical practices. Ginger is more than just a spice. It represents the deep connection between humanity and nature, marked by curiosity, creativity, and a profound appreciation for the gifts of the earth. Hello and welcome to the next episode of Roots Revealed podcast, tracing plants through time with a dose of science. I'm your host Binish, aka Beans, and together we'll unravel the stories of plants that have shaped civilizations, ecosystem, and our understanding of the natural world. So, let's kick off our sixth episode and jump right in. Since ancient times, ginger has been used as a tropical and subtropical perennial herb. Originally from southern and Southeast Asia, this plant was incorporated into Chinese and Indian traditional medicine and cuisine. Ginger has been used in various Asian societies for about 3000 years, even before Chinese philosopher Confucius wrote about it. According to ancient Chinese texts, Confucius was known to eat ginger with every meal, although he never used it excessively. By the 1st century CE, ginger had made its way to the Mediterranean. It was among the first Oriental spices to reach the region, possibly brought by the Phoenicians and later traded by Arab or Persian merchants using Red Sea trade routes. The Romans and Greeks valued it for its therapeutic qualities. Greek physician Dioscorides recommended ginger in his De Materia Medica, highlighting its benefits for digestion. The Greeks wrapped ginger in bread and consumed it as a digestive aid, while the Romans mistakenly considered it as a type of pepper, a view recorded by Pliny the Elder. Greek physician Dioscorides recommended ginger in his book De Materia Medica, highlighting its benefits for digestion. The Greeks wrapped ginger in bread and consumed it as a digestive aid, while the Romans mistakenly considered it as a type of pepper, a view recorded by Pliny the Elder. In ancient Greece, ginger also featured in mythology, with ginger flowers said to have grown where Demeter's tears fell after her daughter Persephone's abduction. In ancient Egypt, ginger was significant not only for its medicinal use but also as an ingredient in the mummification process. By the year 406, the Buddhist monk Faxian mentioned ginger cultivation in pots and its use on Chinese ships to ward off scurvy. Around the same time, ginger spread across the trade routes to other regions. It reached England before the 5th century, likely brought by Asian trading ships, where it became valued for preventing scurvy during voyages. During the Middle Ages, ginger remained an exotic luxury in Europe, traded by Arab merchants who closely guarded the spice. By the 9th century, ginger had become more accessible, holding its own against pepper as a key spice in medieval European cuisine. At the time, a pound of ginger was as valuable as a single sheep. In the 11th century, German mystic Hildegard of Bingen included ginger in her medicinal and antiseptic recipes, marking one of the first recorded mentions of ginger as a spice in Central European texts. In the 1400s, explorers like Marco Polo and Niccolo de Conti observed ginger cultivation in India. Arab traders and Portuguese merchants expanded ginger cultivation, spreading it to East Africa, India, and beyond. Ginger became a staple in Ayurvedic medicine and Arabian medicine, where it was considered an aphrodisiac that stirred the heart's desires. By the 1500s, the spice spread further as Portuguese colonists introduced ginger plantations in Brazil, while Spanish colonists began cultivating it in Jamaica. These efforts helped the Caribbean become a hub for ginger exports to Europe. In the 1600s, ginger gained popularity in England, appearing in gingerbread, ginger ale, and other treats. As the international trade networks expanded, ginger spread to tropical colonies controlled by European powers, becoming a global commodity. Today, ginger is valued worldwide for its therapeutic qualities and its significance as a spice. Its diverse historical applications from medicine and cuisine to mythology and spiritual practices underscore its enduring appeal as a spice of health and pleasure. Ginger's current name derives from the Middle English gingiver, but this spice has a rich history dating back over 3000 years to the Sanskrit word Shringavaram, meaning horn root, which refers to its distinctive appearance. In Greek, it was known as Zygiberis, and in Latin, it was called Zinziberi. The Greeks and the Romans referred to it as Zingiberis and Zingiber. Arab merchants called it Zengi, a name also used to designate the inhabitants of the east coast of Africa, which is the origin of the name Zanzibar, where the Arabs frequently sought out ginger. In 1807, the English botanist William Roscoe coined the botanical name Zingiber officinale for ginger belonging to the Zingiberaceae family. Interestingly, ginger does not grow in the wild, and its exact origins remain uncertain. In traditional Chinese medicine and folklore, ginger is regarded as a yang herb associated with warmth, vitality, and life force. It is believed to harmonize the balance of yin and yang within the body, thereby promoting overall health and well being. The Shannon Benkaojing, an ancient Chinese text on agriculture and medicinal plants, categorizes herbs into three classes: noble, common, and low. Ginger falls under the common category as it provides therapeutic properties intended to treat illness, though it may also possess varying degrees of toxicity. Chinese sailors historically chewed ginger to prevent seasickness, and it was widely used in ancient China to alleviate conditions such as arthritis and kidney problems. Ginger is prominently featured in China's first great herbal treatise, the Pen Sao-ching, which ascribes to it the virtue of eliminating body odor and connecting a person to the spiritual realm. Furthermore, folklore portrays ginger as a symbol of longevity and renewal, reflecting its restorative properties within the context of traditional Chinese medicine. Ginger holds a unique position in traditional Chinese medicine, combining practical therapeutic uses with deep symbolic significance. This makes ginger a timeless remedy valued for its physical and spiritual benefits. Ginger was one of the most prominent spices in medieval Europe. It was widely used to flavor beer during the Middle Ages and was so highly valued in the 13th and 14th century England that a single pound of the spice was reportedly worth as much as a sheep. Medieval writings indicate that ginger was a staple ingredient in both culinary and medicinal recipes. The 12th century work De Utensibiles by Alexander Neckham, a treatise on kitchen utensils, incorporates ginger into numerous recipes. In medieval Europe, the wealthy were able to enjoy roasted meats accompanied by flavorful dipping sauces, such as yellow sauce made with ginger and saffron, or green sauce featuring a blend of ginger, cloves, cardamom, and fresh herbs. A medieval recipe for gingerbread is found in a 15th century English cookbook held at the British Library. While modern gingerbread resembles cake or biscuits, the medieval version has a confectionery like texture, but experts agree it was still delightfully sweet. The 1683 book The English Housewife provides evidence of the use of exotic seasonings such as ginger, indicating that the spice was accessible to the upper and the upper middle class women. However, ginger and other once popular spices largely disappeared from the European cuisine during the 17th century. This potentially could be due to the rise of Puritanism and the French culinary establishment's rejection of choleric spices like ginger and saffron as the remnants of the medieval past. Despite its decline in prominence, ginger's lasting legacy as a valued spice in medieval cuisine highlights its remarkable journey through history, culture, and trade. Have you ever wondered the history behind gingerbread and how did it evolve into the versions we know today? Well, some of the earliest gingerbread like treats did not actually contain ginger and were not even a bread. They were more similar to honey cakes. Historians have traced these early honey breads or honey cakes back to ancient Greece and claim that ancient Roman men would eat anatomically shaped honey cakes as a means of stimulating their sexual desires before engaging in orgies. This fascination with spice and honeyed confections has persisted through the centuries, ultimately making its way into literature. For instance, in Shakespeare's play Love's Labour's Lost, the character Costard, a silly country bumpkin, makes a funny comment about gingerbread in Act 5, Scene 2. He says, "And I had but one penny in the world, thou shouldst have it to buy gingerbread." Meaning, if he had just one penny in the whole world, he would give it to buy gingerbread. During that Elizabethan era, gingerbread was viewed as a special treat because the spices needed to make it were exotic and expensive and came from faraway places. As spices made gingerbread special, these treats became a highlight of Queen Elizabeth I's royal feasts. Queen Elizabeth I's 16th century reign was renowned for its lavish royal banquets, which featured marzipan crafted into intricate fruits, castles, and birds. Additionally, the Queen's entourage featured a talented gingerbread maker. She hosted a grand feast during which she commissioned gingerbread replicas of foreign dignitaries and members of her court. It was an era of great artistic and cultural flourishing, with the English Renaissance in full bloom. However, this period was also marked by intense religious conflicts, and the gingerbread figurines may have been a part of the Queen's clever diplomatic strategies as Anglican Britain faced off against Catholic France and Spain. Gingerbread, however, was not exclusively enjoyed by the royal household. During this time, folk medicine practitioners, sometimes referred to as witches or sorcerers, would create gingerbread men as love tokens for young women. The belief was that if the woman's suitor consumed the gingerbread figure made for him, he would fall under her spell and become enamored with her. From love charms to deadly traps, gingerbread became a powerful tool of enchantment in folklore. For instance, the gingerbread house in Hansel and Gretel is a powerful symbol of temptation and danger. Its charming appeal pulls readers in, capturing the children's deep hunger and innocence, but it turns out to be a clever trap set by the witch. This vivid description of an edible house has become iconic, cementing gingerbread's link to fairy tales and holiday traditions. The Gingerbread Boy or the Gingerbread Man is a popular fairy tale that still captures children's imagination in modern times. In May 1875, the story The Gingerbread Boy was published in the St. Nicholas magazine, which was a beloved children's publication in America during the 19th and the earlier 20th centuries. The author of the story noted that it wasn't entirely original. A servant girl from Maine had shared it with her children, revealing that she had heard it from an elderly woman during her own childhood. This suggests that the story might have existed in some other form before, even if the author had never encountered it in print. The story of the gingerbread boy goes like this. Once upon a time, an old woman and her husband lived in a small cottage. They were lonely and sad as they had no children. One day, the woman decided to bake a gingerbread cookie shaped like a little boy. She carefully rolled the dough, added raisins for eyes, and made a big smile with icing. Then she popped the gingerbread boy into the oven to bake. When the time came to take him out, the woman opened the oven door, but to her astonishment, the gingerbread boy jumped right out and ran across the room shouting, "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." The woman and her husband chased after him, but he was too quick for them. As the gingerbread boy ran through the countryside, he encountered various characters such as a cow, a horse, and a group of farmers. Each one wanted to catch and eat him, but he always taunted them with his famous refrain, "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man." No one could catch him. He felt very proud of himself. Finally, the gingerbread boy came to a river, and he realized he couldn't cross it on his own without getting soggy. A sly fox appeared and offered to help. "Hop on my tail, and I'll carry you across," said the fox. The gingerbread boy, wary but desperate, agreed. As they crossed the river, the fox said, "You're too heavy for my tail. Jump onto my back." The gingerbread boy complied. Then, as the water got deeper, the fox said, "You'll get wet there. Jump onto my nose." Again, the gingerbread boy agreed. As soon as they reached the middle of the river, the fox flipped his head back and tossed the gingerbread boy into the air, catching him in his mouth and gobbling him up. The moral of the story is that excessive confidence and pride can lead to one's downfall, as shown by the gingerbread boy's arrogance, which ultimately results in his demise. In the early 20th century, a bizarre health epidemic was brewing in Britain's capital, not with the new disease, but with an unexpected culprit, ginger essence. In 1904, the Journal of the American Medical Association reported a concerning trend in Britain, particularly in London. People were using ginger essence as a stimulant, with some consuming up to a pint of this strong ginger extract daily. Although ginger is often seen as harmless due to its common use as a home remedy, the newspaper suggested that this habit could become addictive like cocaine and morphine. The danger was that people didn't realize how harmful it could be. Ginger essence was almost as strong as alcohol and was easily available in any drugstore or grocery store at that time, which made it even more risky. Those who used it often experienced serious stomach problems and overall health issues. The presence of wood alcohol in some ginger essences added another potential danger. Interestingly, more women seem to be using ginger essence than men. While this trend was not widely reported elsewhere, there were signs that it might be spreading. This serves as a critical reminder that just because something seems natural or familiar, it doesn't mean it's safe to use in large quantities. It's unclear when ginger became a part of Japanese cuisine, but today it is deeply woven into the fabric of daily life in Japan, providing comfort and healing through a variety of delicacies and treatments. In Japanese, ginger is called shoga. Ginger drinks are popular home remedies used throughout the year. Shogayu, a ginger tea with a comforting soupy consistency, is used to treat the common cold, as the spicy root is thought to warm the body in cold weather. During humid summers, a sweet chilled ginger drink called hiyashiyame is believed to help alleviate fatigue from the heat. Another sweet ginger treat is candied ginger shoga nasatosuke, which is sometimes taken for motion sickness or morning sickness, or simply enjoyed as a quick, ready to eat snack. Ginger holds a prominent place not only in culinary traditions and home remedies, but also in various aspects of Japanese culture. For instance, fans of anime can explore the well known Inuyasha manga series by Rumiko Takahashi, where the quirky character Shoga, an elderly insect demon, plays a supporting role. Shoga is humorously fixated on her reluctant fiancé, Myoga, as she pursues him across the nation, determined to convince him to settle down and tie the knot. Those with spiritual inclination might find the Shoga Matsuri or ginger root festivals particularly captivating. These events take place every September, notably at the Shiba Daijingu Shrine in central Tokyo and Ninomiya Shrine in Akiruno. During the festivities, vibrant portable Mikoshi shrines are paraded to pay homage to Shinto deities. Meanwhile, lively open air stalls brim with fresh ginger roots, where vendors enthusiastically proclaim that it protects against evils and eating ginger keeps colds at bay, enticing the festival goers and potential buyers alike. It's a delightful blend of spiritual reverence and the healing properties of herbal remedies. Thus, from healing teas to spiritual festivals, ginger is more than just a spice in Japan. It is a vibrant thread that connects culinary traditions, folk medicine, and cultural celebrations. Ginger's significance also extends into the realm of spiritual practices and magical traditions. In witchcraft and Wicca tradition, ginger is revered for its diverse applications. It is believed to repel negative energies, act as a catalyst for love and passion spells, and enhance personal power and success. Practitioners incorporate ginger into their healing and cleansing rituals, trusting in its strong spiritual properties. It is also believed that the moon exerts a mystical influence on ginger, which is taken into account when herbs are planted, harvested, or used medicinally. Additionally, this herb is linked to the attraction of wealth and prosperity, serving as a powerful enhancer that boosts the effectiveness of other magical elements. Ginger's warm, spicy essence makes it a versatile and esteemed ingredient in many magical practices across many cultures. Now, let's explore some science behind ginger. Ginger is a member of a plant family that includes cardamom and turmeric. The rhizome, which is the horizontal stem from which the roots grow, is the main portion of ginger that is consumed. Its pungent and spicy aroma is primarily due to the presence of bioactive compounds called gingerols, which appear to be the main component of ginger studied in much of the health related scientific research. Ginger may exhibit anti inflammatory, antioxidant, and antimicrobial properties. It may also have beneficial effects on obesity, diabetes, hypertension, heart disease, as well as antiemetic effects that may be of use during pregnancy. In fact, new mothers in Malaysia and Indonesia are often fed ginger soup for 30 days after delivery. This traditional practice aims to warm them and facilitate the sweating out of impurities. Experts recommend consuming up to 1 to 2 gram ginger per day, but it is always best to consult a healthcare professional before trying any new foods. Future research is exploring ginger's health promoting properties in reducing symptoms of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, migraines, epilepsy, pain management, and cancer. As scientific exploration continues, ginger's potential therapeutic applications promise to unlock new horizons in medical research and holistic health interventions. Ginger's journey from its beginnings to its widespread fame today shows that remarkable discoveries often arise not from careful planning but from exploration, cultural exchange, and embracing the unexpected. This unassuming yet powerful root reflects our shared human story, providing nourishment, healing, and a sense of wonder. Whether on ancient trade ships, in modern research labs, or at the heart of spiritual rituals and family meals worldwide, ginger remains a source of inspiration, connection, and delightful surprises that bridge time and cultures. Thank you for listening to the Roots Reveal podcast. To support the show, please consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcast platform and sharing our episodes with family, friends, and colleagues. If you have any feedback or suggestions, reach out to me at hello@rootsrevealed.org. Remember to keep exploring your roots and embracing the diversity of our shared human experience. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.